Hi YouTube, I'm doing a late night vlog. I kind of do these a lot, and I like doing them because it's so quiet in my house. But then you got to deal with this bright face, and now you have to deal with the reflection behind me. Thank the reflection to the windows that I have problem with during the day because of the sun coming through. Now at the night, I have to deal with the reflection. Yay! I will have curtains up someday, I promise. Anyways, this video is not about the reflection and it's not about the sun. It's about telling you a couple different things. And number one is that I am participating in VEDA. And I'm telling you that I am participating in VEDA this coming month, so you can hold me to it. I tried doing this back in April and I completely failed. However, I think that I failed giving excuses because I was due in Jackson at the beginning of May, and in April I was so stressed out with gestational diabetes and all these other things, so I really had nothing to talk to you guys about unless it was like venting or a weekly update. I didn't really even have any baby buys because I bought everything earlier, so I didn't have a lot to say. But right now I'm doing this whole revamp, so I have quite a lot of ideas right now, and I've been writing them on my computer, and I have all these different ideas, so I'm pretty excited. I'm going to try to build up a big stash of videos at the beginning of the month and then kind of disperse them here and there throughout, so that if by chance I get too busy at the end of the month when school starts back up, I'll have a back pile of videos to keep dropping you guys, so I'll be able to continue with the VEDA. Another thing is, what was my other thing I was going to say? Oh, I'm wondering if this might be a completely odd question, but I'm totally wondering if you guys have car buying experience. The goal of my husband and I is we have two vehicles right now. Minnie, please. Please. We have two vehicles right now. One of the vehicles is a 2005 Saturn Vue, and my parents purchased that car for me just a little while ago, probably right when we found out we were pregnant. Actually, you know what it was? It was after we found out we were pregnant. It was when my oldest started kindergarten, so that was back in not August of last year, but August the year before, probably around like November 2 years ago. Coming up on 2 years we've had the vehicle. And it's paid for. And then we have another car. We have a 2006 Scion XV. And that's my husband's car. And we just use that for commuting. That was our one car before we got the Saturn, and the Saturn's bigger, so it's my car. The Scion's smaller, and it gets better gas mileage, so it's his car because he commutes like 45 minutes-ish to work each day and back. So he has that car. We don't like the Scion anymore. Love the space. Doesn't fit all 3 car seats, so we don't like that. But we bought it when we were younger, and we thought it would be cool to have a really loud muffler on it. So we bought the one with a really loud muffler, and it's really, really, really loud. And I'm kind of over it. We've had it for so many years now. So we want to sell that, but we still owe like $4,000 on it. It was the first car we ever bought, and we had to take what we could get. Our previous car before that was stolen, and so we had a certain amount that we could spend, and we at the same time didn't have really good credit, so we got stuck under this like 72-month loan at a really high APR. We ended up refinancing a few years ago and got our APR down to like 2% or something like that. But we're still paying on that, and we pay around $350 a month. Anyways, we're wanting to get rid of both of our cars and get 2 new cars and wind up somehow with only having an under $400 car payment. And our hopes are I think it would be easier, although you don't get as much money, to just take both cars in and trade them in and turn that around and just get some I know my in-laws got a Chevy Aveo, I think, AVEO, a couple years ago, and they got in a car accident and got totaled their car, and their insurance company gave them $3,000. That was it. And they didn't want a car payment, so they went and got this Chevy Aveo, which was only a couple years old. It had really low mileage, and they were able to basically pay $3,000 for it plus tax. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I just want to get him a tiny little two-door car that will be really good for him to commute in, because that's all we use it for. And I'm hoping just to buy one. And then anything that's left over from the two cars will go towards a van. And I hate to say that I want a van, because I've never been a van person. I've always been against vans. Sorry, all you van owners. I never wanted to be a van owner. I always saw myself in like a big SUV or something like that. But with gas prices these days, there's no way I can afford a van. I mean a SUV. So we're taking the van route. Yeah. Anyways, so do any of you have any experience on buying cars, trading in cars, selling cars, anything in that you can give me advice to find out how will be the best way to go in, say, I want to give you these two cars. I still owe $4,000 on one of the cars. They both blue book around somewhere between, depending on the condition, around $4,000 each. So there's really no equity in one of the cars, and then leave with a $4,000 car payment. I don't know how it's possible, but I really want to do it, and I want to do it in like the next month, because we're leaving for Southern California at the end of September, and I really would like to be able to have a nice van to travel down there in. Anyway, so that was another point. I didn't expect to go into that much detail, but if you have any advice for me or any cool websites to look at, go ahead and shoot me a link below. I have read some websites about how to buy a car and how you go in, you test drive, and then you leave, and then you go back and you get a quote on their lowest price, and you take that lowest price and you fax it to other dealers, and you ask them for their lowest price and say, I'm going to buy a car tomorrow, yada yada, what's your lowest price you can give me? And then you take the two lowest ones and you say, well, this person can give me this, can you beat that? And you kind of go in back and forth until you figure out you've gotten the lowest deal, and then you take that lowest deal in and you're done. There's no haggling, there's nothing. So I've gotten that idea down, but I just don't know how it's going to work to try to leave with two cars. We're hoping that in the next couple weeks we actually can go into a dealership or two, maybe three, and just ask them without buying anything and letting them know we're not buying, we're researching. We'll see. So, VEDA, yes. New cars, yes. Anything else? Yes. I don't know. I think that's it. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to leave you with that note. Oh, I remember what the third thing was. I can't leave you with that note. I wanted to apologize. And I wanted to apologize mainly because I haven't done any Big Brother updates since episode 1. And that's horrible, because I said I was going to do them after every episode. But I started watching the live feeds from the beginning, and I couldn't update you guys because I know that I would have spoiled it somehow. So, because when you watch the live feeds, you're always kind of a butt ahead of everybody and you know what's going on. So I haven't done any of that because I didn't want to spoil it for you guys. So I'm probably not going to do much of any Big Brother updates or thoughts and opinions until close to the end. All I can say now is I'm pretty sure that my top 3 chances of people winning are Frank, Ian, and Will. And I really think that Will is by far my favorite. And if you haven't done any research into him or any of the contestants, You should look up Will's Facebook page. Sorry, YouTube page. He is hilarious. He kind of does parodies and sketch, and he used to be like a singer in like this teeny bop boy singer. I keep wanting to say boy band, but he wasn't in a band because it was just him. But I'm going to link his page below because I think that it's totally awesome, and I think it will make you love him even more if you don't love him already. So that was the third thing that I wanted to say. So VEDA, yes. Car buying, yes. Big Brother, no updates. Because I watch live feeds. Anyway, so that's it. I'm getting completely delirious. It's almost 12:30, so I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to say adios. My cat is flinging something around on the desk. I better go feed her, because she hasn't been fed yet. Have you, Manny? Have you? Have you been fed yet? Meow. Oh, meow. Meow. She'll totally give you kisses. I never let her because she's a licker. Come here. You're so funny. Anyways, the only time you go, Minnie. She's rolling around. She's not going to do it. She's camera shy. Anyways, guys, we'll talk to you later. I'll work on getting curtains. Adios.